Well, hey, Soul Harvest Church, Kids Church. Hey, it's Pastor Matt here and my beautiful wife, Andrea, and our super awesome Kids Church teacher, Kim Bailey. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. We're so glad you're tuning in, and we're going to have a time of worship and teaching. But before we do, I want to just talk to you for just a quick second. I know that being out of school and not being able to see your friends and some of your things that you've been looking forward to have been canceled, and it makes us all really sad. I get that. As a matter of fact, my daughter and I, we were going to go on a camping trip, and they closed the campgrounds. So what are you going to do? Well, we have to make the best of the situation. I don't want you to be afraid. We're going to work through all this, and we'll have you back in school here in Jesus' name. And we're praying for safety and protection and to keep you free from all sickness and keep you protected. But today we're going to have an awesome lesson about, of course, Jesus. And we're going to teach you what the Word of God says, and we're going to have fun while we do it. So we love you. Let me tell you this too. I'm just finding out we're going to be able to support these orphans over in Kenya, that there's an orphanage there, and because of some people here in our church and around the United States, we're going to be able to support some additional orphans. So those are children that don't have parents, they don't have mommies and daddies, and we're going to put them in a special place where they're going to have people that take care of them and love them, and they're going to be taught about Jesus, and they're going to get to go to school, and they're going to become very, very intelligent Jesus followers. So isn't that awesome? Yes. If you have a minute today, pray for the orphans in Kenya. So I'm going to turn it over here to Miss Andrea.
All right, well, we're so excited. Hey, parents, really quick, right before all this happened, we started a Soul Harvest Kids Church Facebook page. You can do a search on Facebook for Soul Harvest Kids Church, and you'll see this little logo coming up and that'll change every month depending on what we're teaching. But we're really super excited about it, and Miss Kim is going to have some DIY stuff that your kids can attach to that Facebook page with this lesson this week, so it's going to be really great. Right now what we want to do is introduce our worship video, kids, that we've been doing all month long. This is Amazing Grace. Before we show the video, I want to remind you of our motions that we came up with, because we expect you to worship the Lord at home with this song and just have a good time. And we want this to be just as normal as it possibly can. So just have a great time with us in Kids Church. Okay, so the chorus says, "This is amazing grace.
This is amazing grace.
This is unfailing love.
This is unfailing love.
That you would take my place.
That you would take my place.
That you would bear my cross.
That you would bear my cross.
That you laid down your life.
That you laid down your life.
That I could be set free.
That I could be set free.
Oh Jesus, we praise you for all that you've done for me.
Oh Jesus, we praise you for all you've done for me.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's watch that video and you guys sing along.
Who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder? Who leaves us breathless in awe and wonder? The King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross.
evening, boys and girls. I'm glad to have you guys here tonight. I just wanted to remind you of what we have been talking about this month, which is forgiveness. Forgiveness is deciding that someone who has wronged you doesn't have to pay. And so right now I just want to go get ahead and get in this Bible story and just learn what Jesus says about forgiving. All right? So one time Jesus was teaching on a mountainside. He told his friends, the disciples, about how important it is to make things right with others. Jesus said in Matthew 5:23 through 24, he says, "Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled unto them. Then come and offer your gift." So back then, people would bring gifts to the altar. Okay, they would bring God's gifts. It was kind of like what we do today. So when we come to church and pray and worship God, Jesus was saying that if we have a problem with someone, if we've hurt someone somehow, we should stop what we're doing and go make things right with them. Okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get frustrated. I mean, I argue with people every now and then. I don't always get along with my husband. I don't always get along with my dad. I don't always get along with my brothers. Sometimes I argue with my friends. But it's mostly just because we disagree about something. Now, I know, like, this is kind of weird. I'm just in front of a camera and you're sitting at home, but I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and when I do, I want you to either jump up and down if this is something that's happened to you, or, raise your hand, something, okay? Spin it around in a circle. So, raise your hand if you've ever been frustrated with somebody. I know I have, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever gotten in an argument with your brother or your sister. Can you think of some situations when you've argued or disagreed with somebody? Parents, children, go ahead and pause the video right now and you can have a discussion with each other. When has there been a time that you've ever been frustrated with a person, or you've argued with them, you've had a disagreement? I know, there's times when my three children at home argue. They were just arguing earlier today. Gracie was on top of Ella, and it was making her mad. She wouldn't get off. And then Gracie said, "You mean, Ella." Well, that's an example of children having an argument, okay? Now, I know we've all had some disagreements, but what I want us to learn is what happens after the disagreement, okay? What happens after you've had an argument with someone? Maybe if your mom and your dad or your teacher, they hear you arguing. Okay, I hear my kids argue all the time. And I'm a teacher, so I hear kids in my class argue quite a bit. Sometimes they argue with me, the teacher. Okay? And most of the time, when a parent or a teacher hears somebody arguing, they usually go to one of them and say, what's happening here? What's going on? Why are you arguing? Please tell me your side of the story. And most of the time, these are things that I hear. It wasn't my fault. She started it. She hurt my feelings. It's easy to think about what the other person did wrong. It's easy to think about all the things we think we've done right. We might even try to move on and act like it never happened. But the truth is, there's something that has come between us and that other person. We might even go on to school or practice or even church and try to pretend that everything is just fine. But if we can't admit when we're wrong, everything is not fine. It's almost like we're building a prison around us. Okay? As you can see, I've built one around us. We can't apologize for what we've done wrong. We're building a prison around ourselves when we do not forgive others. Jesus said that before we do anything else, we should make things right with that other person. We need to make the first move to ask for forgiveness. And it usually starts with saying 2 words that can be really tough to say. And those 2 words are, that's right, those 2 words are, I'm sorry. You know what happens when you're willing to apologize? I'm not talking about when your mom or your dad or your teachers tell you to say it, and you're like, I'm sorry, sissy. I'm talking about you deciding for yourself that you really are sorry for what you did or what you said. All right, let me hear you say, I'm sorry. Thank you for those of you who said I'm sorry. Now I'm going to show you what saying I'm sorry can do. 1, 2, 3. Hi, that felt really good. See what happens when you say sorry? Those walls, that prison that you built around yourself, it's torn down, okay? Now, maybe you've said some things that you wish you hadn't said. Maybe you raised your voice. I know I have. Or you act in a way that you regret. When you say you're sorry, you can make things right in the relationship because you're giving that other person a chance to also forgive you. Remember, Jesus said it was really important for us to make things right with each other. He said that we should stop everything else, and work hard to try to fix our relationship. Maybe that means saying you're sorry. Maybe it means forgiving your friend for what they've done or said to you. Probably it's a little of both. You don't have to wait for someone to tell you to apologize. You don't have to have someone tell you to forgive. You can work toward forgiveness by taking that first step and choosing to make peace. Now, we're going to look behind us, and Miss Andrea is going to change our screen to our bottom line slide. And our bottom line says, take the first step to forgive others. You'll be glad you did it.
Hey kids, don't forget about the Soul Harvest Kids Church Facebook page. Parents, please stay connected on there and just see all the cool activities we post there daily for you to do with your kids while we're all stuck at home. So this week we have a DIY challenge for you. You can use anything that you have at home. So if you have these cool fuzzy pom-poms, you have some, straws laying around, you have some rods that I hope you don't use to hit your sister or brother with. We have these cool little pipe cleaners. You can use paper plates, cups, whatever you want. Your challenge is to create something yourself, DIY, do it yourself. You can create a cool little bow and arrow like our little friend Blake did this past Sunday. He made a bow and arrow and he was shooting at a deer. So that's your challenge, anything you'd like to make. But what we want you to do is on our Kids Church Facebook page, on this video, take a picture of what you've created or upload a video to the comments below this video so everybody can see the creation that you've made. All right, well here I have my own DIY creation. So I wanted to make a heart, so I found some paper in the back of the church closet, and because I didn't have a laminator, I used packing tape, and I sealed all of the edges of this heart. So this heart right here is actually going to represent your heart, my heart, anybody's heart, okay? And when someone has wronged you, your heart gets a little broken, okay? Somebody's called you a name, or they've lied to you. Maybe they pinched you and you didn't like that. Maybe they took your seat at the table. Maybe they cut you in line at the water fountain. Maybe they got in front of you at recess, to shoot a basketball, or maybe, you didn't get picked for the team. Any of those things. It also could represent something that you've done wrong to somebody else. Maybe you tattled on somebody when it really wasn't their fault, just so you wouldn't get in trouble. But anytime you've been pained or wronged, or you've done those things to somebody else, it breaks your heart, okay? It leaves these markings on there. But what we want you to know is that God sent his son Jesus to die for our sins. He sent him so that way we may be forgiven. All right, well, before I leave you tonight, I want to give you the Bible verse for this month. That is, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And that is in Colossians 3:13. I've added another DIY challenge for you to memorize this verse. And if you can, have your parents videotape you and upload that video onto the comments underneath this video. And now we're going to leave you with the So-and-So Show. Have a great night.
What are you doing, John?
Don't touch anything!
Too late.
Ah, I caught you red-handed.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Oh, I just thought the basement needed a little sprucing up, so I put a little fresh coat of paint on it. Oh, here.
Thank you. Awesome. Can I see?
Sure. Huh?
Ah. It looks exactly the same. So why paint everything if it's just gonna look exactly the same?
Ah, I didn't want to dust.
All right. Well. Anyway, we should get this cleaned up. We got a show to do.
Wait, I wouldn't sit.
John,
Yeah?
did you paint everything in the room? John? John? John!
Ugh.
Hey everybody, I'm Steven.
That low down, no good, hairy face.
And this is John.
That's
And you're
fleet-
watching the So-and-So
Footed,
Show.
snappy, dressing, teeth, flossing.
Problem, John?
No, it's nothing. Just go on with the show.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this can wait.
Okay. So, have I got a surprise for you?
Do you know what my close personal friend and longtime rival, Longbeard Carl, did to me? Do you know what he did? That
No.
cheese-eating, shoe-wearing...
What did he do?
I don't even want to say.
Okay. So, you may have wondered exactly
I posted a hilarious picture on Longbeard Carl's SnapTwit profile, and he didn't even like it.
Oh. You mean he didn't?
No, he didn't even. Or he didn't even. Or he didn't even. Not even a lousy LOL.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe he didn't see the picture yet.
Oh, I posted it 4 minutes ago.
Oh.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give Longbeard Carl a piece of my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him exactly how I feel.
You know, communication is very important.
In a text message.
Okay.
Dear Longbeard Carl, you've got a lot of nerve.
You know what? Maybe a phone call would be faster.
Your quote friend, comma, unquote, John.
Done?
Yeah,
Hope that helps.
yeah, we'll see. Oh. Oh no, you didn't!
What?
Look,
I have no idea what that means.
what, isn't it obvious? Longbeard Carl doesn't say much, but when he does, oh boy, look out! Boom! He's saying, I'm surprised at what a chicken you are. John, you're cheesy. You got served.
That is a penguin.
You know what? I'm done. It's over. Let's just move on.
Come on, you can't leave it like that.
Oh, I'm leaving it.
That's probably broken.
Let's do this. Hey, I'm John.
I did that part a long time ago.
Oh, that's great. Hey,
Yeah.
why is the desk covered with a tablecloth?
Oh, right. That's what I wanted to show you. Our desk has been through a lot, right?
Definitely. Here we go, here we go.
Stop! 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, as a surprise to you and the show and our viewers, I took the liberty of giving our desk a little restoration. Now it's as good as new.
Wow!
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like the same desk.
I know.
Is it the same desk?
You know, John, restoration takes time. You would not believe the lengths with which I've gone to restore our desk to its original splendor.
No, seriously, is it the same
I
desk?
traveled to the forest, the largest forest in the northwestern hemisphere. I spent days, weeks even, scouring the forest floor for the naturally discarded branches of the bald cypress tree, only selecting the most perfect specimens to fortify the edifice of our most prominent piece of furniture. And then I made my way to the Texarkana wood stain fields where the dark walnut wood stain flows like a river underground. This is the only stain that properly accentuates the essence of the desk. And finally, to the highest peak in Coralville, Iowa, I traipsed, and I called forth the famed lacquer bird, like so. Yip-yah! And he carried me to his nest, where I feasted on berries whilst secretly collecting some of the lacquer for myself. And then, eventually, I escaped from there and restored the desk.
You bought a new desk, didn't you?
Restoring furniture is really hard.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, Kellen.
Hey, Kellen.
Hey guys.
Tell us a story that will inspire us and enrich our lives.
Alrighty then. Well, how about a story that will help you exercise forgiveness?
That's right, Gallons! It's time to Bible size with Maze!
Hello, Horvath.
Horvath!
Horvath.
Horvath!
Horvath.
Horvath?
Oh, no, you're Horvath.
Oh!
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll tell a story, and Horvath here will help us remember it with some exercises.
Bible sizes!
Bible sizes.
Yeah, all
Sure.
right. Let's do this!
You bet. All right. So Jesus was sitting on a mountainside teaching a big crowd. Some people call what he was teaching the Sermon on the Mount.
All right! First exercise! The mountain sit. It's like this. You've got to get on the mountains, so you jumps, and then you sits.
Okay.
You do this, you do this.
Okay.
All right, you jump and sit. Okay, we do this 10 times. Okay, ready? 1, 45. So that's the cue. 10. Okay, continue stories.
Right. One of the things Jesus taught was this. He said, suppose you were offering your gift at the altar.
What?
The altar. Well, it was a place where people would go to bring sacrificial gifts to God. It was very important because at that time, it was the only way people had to make peace with God when they messed up. Do you need me to?
Second exercise. The God gift give. First, you lift the gift.
Okay.
Oh, then you give it to God. Oh, goes. Lift. Give 137 times. 1, 2, space. Koshma.
It's hard. Feel the Bible.
137. All right, keep going.
So Jesus said, whew,
Yeah.
suppose you are offering your gift at the altar and you remember your brother or sister has something against you.
Oh, fifth exercise. The memory smack. To do this, you have to use your brains. And your brains. Think real hard like this.
Are you okay?
And then you. Oh, I remembered. You do this.
Oh, okay.
King.
I remembered.
Yeah, you do this exercise 1 time.
Okay.
Finish the story,
Oh, yes,
Kellen.
yes, yes, okay, yes. So you're at the altar and you remember your brother or sister has something against you. Then Jesus said, leave your gift in front of the altar. First go and make peace with them, then come back and offer your gift.
1 millionth exercise! Run! Run, Kellens! Run! We must make peace with our brothers and sisters as fast as we can.
You see how important forgiveness is to Jesus? He said people should make peace with their brother or sister before they made peace with God at the altar.
Yeah, faster!
Horvath? In our world today, we don't have to bring a sacrifice to an altar to make peace with God. Jesus took care of that part when he gave his life on the cross for us. But forgiving others is still very important. So when you've got a problem with a friend or a family member or anyone, try and forgive them quickly. The longer you wait, the harder it will be.
I have made the pieces.
That's great, Horvath. I'm very proud of you. Do you want to go sit down?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Kellen.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess that's it then. Reveal!
Wait. There's something I have to do first. Hold on.
Where are you? He's just leaving.
Oh. Water.
Whoa! Look at that bird! I hope it doesn't pick me up! Oh! Put me down! I'm trying to forgive somebody! Oh! Longbeard Carl! No, don't speak. I have something to say. I am mad at you because you didn't respond to the picture I sent to you. And I didn't appreciate the emojis you sent back. Now, maybe you didn't see the picture. Maybe you didn't mean to send those emojis. I don't know. All I do know is this. No matter what the truth really is, I forgive you. Thank you, Longbeard Carl. Thank you.
You're back.
Yes.
All right.
You may continue.
Reveal the question. What is keeping you from forgiving?
Yeah. Is it anger or fear or good old-fashioned pride? You know what? Whatever it is, get rid of it because it feels good to forgive.
True. Restoring a relationship can be hard work, just like it was hard work restoring this desk.
You bought this desk.
Yes, I did, but it would have been really hard if I tried.
Yeah, I want the old desk back.
That's fine. We can restore it together.
Oh, deal!
Indeed!
Yeah!
We'll see you all on the next So-and-So show!
Yes, we will! Pew, pew, pew. Bang, bang, bang!
Frr, 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 frr.
Hurdy. That's a surprised emoji, right?
It could be. Or he's just taking a really deep breath really fast.
You know,
Possibly.
maybe he's running out of air. Got the piece of cheese there. He's saying, I'm cheesy, right?
No, I would say that, the mouse gets the cheese, right?
Right.
So he's thinking that you followed a long path through a maze and eventually remained victorious.
Okay.